I think we're ready. Please fill out this form. If you have not gotten a sticker yet, I have stickers. There's hot chocolate. I'm not gonna be mad if you come up in the middle of Senate and get more hot chocolate. We have a lot. Okay, anyways, happy holidays. I'm so excited you're all here. This is awesome. Our attendance is fantastic. And then also we have finals coming up, so good luck to all of you on your finals. With that, we'll now move into a period of opening roll call led by Person Tuck.
Pardon me, please say howdy, Phoebe Mallory. Chief Justice Rayfield.
Howdy.
Speaker Justino.
Howdy.
Chair Warden.
Howdy.
Chair Ginn.
Howdy.
Chair Williams. Chair Chu.
Howdy.
Chair Patel.
Howdy.
Chair Hurd.
Howdy.
Chair Teets. Howdy. Senator Fawn. Howdy. Senator Owen.
Howdy.
Senator Smith. Senator Allen. Howdy. Senator Jackson. Senator Attaway. Howdy. Senator Neely.
Howdy.
Senator Richards.
Howdy.
Senator Schmidt. Senator Austin Williams. Senator Yost. Senator Sanders. Senator Bavanco. Howdy. Senator Landons. Senator Smith.
Howdy.
Senator Westlake. Howdy. Senator Ben Williams.
Howdy.
Senator Long. Senator Grimm.
Howdy.
Senator Alvarez. Senator Burnside. Senator Hughes. Senator Willis. Senator Wilberfeld. Sean Wilberfeld.
Howdy.
Senator Batten. Howdy. Senator Adamek.
Howdy.
Senator Becker. Howdy. Senator Brown. Senator Clark. Howdy. Senator Cleaner. Howdy. Senator Flores. Senator Garcia. Senator Glover. Howdy. Senator Hall. Howdy. Senator Hicks. Howdy. Senator Honey. Senator Kaiser. Howdy. Senator Murray. Howdy. Senator Pesset. Howdy. Senator Code. Senator Sanchez. Howdy. Senator Steele.
Howdy.
Senator Hargrove.
Howdy.
Senator Maynard. Howdy. Senator Bissoni.
Howdy.
Senator Bradley. Senator Cho.
Howdy.
Senator Dow. Senator Medvedev.
Howdy.
Senator Chuck. Senator Wells.
Howdy.
Senator Wu.
Howdy.
Senator Vanderheiden. Senator Wilkins. Senator Schwarzer. Senator Knott.
Howdy.
Senator Lambert. Senator Evans.
Howdy.
Senator Lemasters.
Howdy.
Senator Edge. Fishing. Okay. Did I say it right? That has Edge. Okay. Fishing Menzies. Howdy. Fishing Morrison. Fishing Smith.
Howdy.
Fishing Strobel.
Howdy.
Perfect. Okay. With that, we will now move into the invocation and pledge of allegiance led by Bryce Fisher.
Oh.
This is what on behalf of
On behalf of Pineco. Shout out Pineco Towers.
George.
Rado. Yeah, I knew I was doing the prayer. The pledge go.
Yeah.
Does the pledge precede the prayer?
After.
After the prayer. Joe, please bow your heads with me. Dear Heavenly Father, God, you are good. I just want to thank you for the people in the room, this room. God, we see the evidence of your goodness and your faithfulness in people like this, in conversations like this, in moments like this. God, what a blessing it is to be in a place like Texas A&M University, where people such as people in this room just care deeply about their peer, care about serving and making this place better. Could we make this place an institution that reflects your goodness and your mercy for us? God, could we all leave this room better followers of you, better believers of you, and just better individuals that spur each other on for goodness in your kingdom. I just want to thank you so much for the leadership in here, and ask that you remind the people in this room that they are fearfully and wonderfully made in your image and ultimately set apart for your likeness, which is just so special, God. Thank you so much for our health. Thank you so much for just the safety that you've given us, and I ask that everybody makes them safe after tonight. So we pray, amen. Amen. Now the Pledge of Allegiance. You start with Texas, America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to the Texas
one state, under God, one indivisible.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. I'm just kidding.
We think this might be. With that, before we move on, there have been some corrections to the agenda that have been passed by our internal affairs team. Those are included on the agenda. With that, we'll now move into the mission statement at the honor code led by our longest serving Senator Chair Patel.
The Texas A&M University Student Senate represents all students in order to enhance the Texas A&M experience within our university and communities through research, legislation, and advocacy according to the core values of our institution. NAVI does not lie, cheat, or steal, nor tolerate those who do.
With that, we'll now move into a period of open forum. Pro Tem Tucker, do we have anyone for open forum? Fish shades.
Howdy.
Howdy.
So I'm with the Senate Fish Aids, and over the past few weeks, we've been in charge of coordinating all the logistics for Sweets with Senators. Where we go set up a table outside of our location on campus, and the senators get to talk about what we do here, and
And also, there's a QR code, it's also in the flyer, so please sign up. You can do an hour or 2 hours. You can like get an absence removed, so do it.
It'll be 2 hours, actually. We'll be at the MSC tomorrow. We will be at Zachary on Friday, and then Monday and Tuesday, we will be at West Campus Dining Hall, and then we will be at Evans. We'll be at Evans next Tuesday. So I get that everyone's very, very busy and that finals are coming up and everything, especially next week. So we would really appreciate some help if you could set aside some time, just for an hour or two, 1 to 3. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thanks to our fish aids. Go are all set. And then if you table for 1 hour with sweets, if you do Sweets with Senators for 1 hour, it will be an absence. Okay. Everyone take out your phones right now and scan the QR code. At least take your phones out. You can pretend to scan it just for my sake. I say it in. All right. Pro Tem Tucker, do you have anyone else for open forum? No. All right, with that, we will now move into the approval of the 11-12-25 meeting minutes. Do I see any objection to the minutes? Seeing none, these minutes do pass. With that, we will now move into the election of our finance chair. So the floor is now open for nominations. Do I see any nominations? I see Chair Horton.
Chair reporting rules and regulations, I nominate Senator Adam Knight.
Do you accept this nomination?
I do.
Perfect. Okay, the floor is still open for nominations. Do I see any nominations for finance chair? Seeing none. Okay, so with that, Senator Adam is now candidate 1, and we will only refer to him as candidate 1 until the end of the election. Because we only have 1 candidate, it's going to be a 5-minute period of presentation, and the character witness is in those 5 minutes too. And then we'll move to a 5-minute period of question and answer. He'll leave the room, we'll go into debate, and then we will vote. Everybody got it? We're so bad. Okay. All right.
Very good. I think Ryan would be 6 and we're not 7.
Perfect. All right, whenever you're ready, you're open for a 5-minute period of presentation.
All right, howdy, Senate. Howdy. For those who don't know me, my name's Ryan Adamick. I'm running for finance chairman of this MDA session. I guess it's like a technical finance chairman, but just gonna keep this presentation pretty short and sweet. Gonna give a couple of different things real quick. I don't want to take too much of y'all's time. So a little bit about me. I'm from Cypress, Texas, right outside Houston. I'm an industrial distribution major, and I'm currently pursuing my Master of Finance at the 4+1 program. I'm in the class of 27. Hey. And then fun fact, I can juggle. So that's just something fun about me. A lot of these pictures are from the people I love and care about. Things that I do, different organizations I'm in. And then there's one of me at the AIM power plant for one of my IB classes. That was for a lab. So some of my involvement currently, I'm a attorney here at A&M, so Mackay. I serve as our vice president of philanthropy, currently serving my second term of that. Just absolutely love helping out with our philanthropy nationally, this Company Cancer Foundation, like it's close to home for me. I'm also involved in developing business leaders and organization activities, basically promoting students from all across campus to just grow professionally and develop socially as well. And then I serve as the Class of 27 vice president. Get these emotional stuff with traditions there. Absolutely love to serve class as well as put on some of the really beautiful things. Legacy Nights coming up in spring, excited about that. And then I'm also a senator, that's why I'm up here. So I'm serve as the off-campus caucus. And then finally, I'm an 1879 Society ambassador through the Association of Former Students. Really cool to interact with all kinds of students from all different generations. Really just to get to hear their experiences, whether they're past or former, current, or future students. So my vision in this role, I know this is a little interesting that we're having this election in December, but that doesn't change what my vision for this role is. I care about, first of all, efficiency. We have so many different great organizations in SGA, and making sure they all have a proper budget to ensure that their events are put on, the program is put on when it needs to happen, but the correct budget that they need for it is first and foremost my priority. I also care about wide impact. There's so many different types of students at A&M that serve in all these different committees, different organizations, and really just being able to understand all their different experiences and be able to provide them the funding as possible to continue to impact students all over campus. I'll also care about faithfulness, not only to my religion, Jesus Christ, but also to my role that I'll be elected in. In this, I'm faithful to the people around me. My word is my word, when I give my word at meetings. And so I'm standing on that. Candidness, when it comes to working with money and finances particularly, there's an allocation process that we know can have its ups and downs and different ebbs and flows. But being open and honest is the best way to ensure that everyone is adequately taken care of. And so being open and honest is something that I'll put up for most of my time as finance chairman. Also friendliness. We're all students here at A&M. We all care about this university. That's why I'm in the spring. And so understanding that is the core of whatever we're doing is really why I think that friendliness is so important. We're all ranging from 18 to 21, 22 years old. We care about serving this university. Let's be friends. Let's do that in a cordial, friendly way. So my objective in this role is to make sure that we keep SGA and the organization as a whole running smoothly, ensuring they're at the peak efficiency with minimal setbacks when it comes to allocating, like I said, different programming, different events that these different groups are putting on. I think it's really cool how we all get to represent different people and get to have these unique experiences where we're all united in the Aggie experience. The core value I believe the most is self-service. Serving, I believe, is a blessing, not a burden. It's a privilege that I get to stand up here in front of you guys in our position. And I don't think it's about title or about position, but it's about the impact and legacy that we leave behind. Put a little statistic up there. Think about it. We're at the 78th session. That means we represent just 1.28% of the entire time in the Senate. It's going to go way longer than us. And my role in being finance chairman is to ensure that lasts way beyond our time here. Also, vice versa, I really just love to think about when we're talking about service is Son of Man did not come to serve, to be served, but did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. That's just representation of what I believe that I can do in serving others, and that it's not about me, it's about people that represent. Next slide. And then here's some letters of recommendation that I have, spanning different people in and out of Senate across different sessions. Keep going. Other letters from current people that I serve alongside IFT and fraternity realm. Current class president Brock Sladen, Josh Sanders, also a senator from the State Business School, and then other people from around campus. And so then I don't know how long I have, but I'm a character in this bring up.
No, I'm gonna give you a sentence. Just give me
You know what sentence to use.
candidate one.
The only sentence I'll give y'all. Right on. Finally, I'll leave you with this. It's Proverbs 21:31 says, or famously said by New York's Giants quarterback James Winston. The horse is made ready for the day of battle. Victory rests with the Lord. Thank you, sir.
Alright, Steve, you got questions?
Oh.
Okay, so with that perfectly timed 5 minutes, he's now open for 5 minute period of question and answer. Do I see any questions for the candidate? I see Chair Kim.
Chair Kim, Academic Affairs. So previously with the former finance chairman, I was in talks with getting some finances worked out for the advisor appreciation luncheon. Are you willing to continue those talks with me? And
That's awesome. I love being confident we have that.
Sorry for the preface.
Hey, that's okay. Do I see any other questions for the presenter? I see Chair Hurd.
Chair Hurd Belmar, so there's been a lot of controversy with finances and lack of transparency. How do you face that?
Like I said, I think it goes back to some of the things that I talk about my vision for Senate. When it comes to fairness, understanding with all our students. Now, we have these things that we're passionate about. Like I said, we're all just trying to serve with, and so keeping that at the center of everything and ensuring that we're able to get that done. Of course, when money is involved, it does get tricky, like I said, but ensuring that we keep people first and not necessarily the bottom line. Understanding people and understanding what they are passionate about and trying to represent, and me facilitating that conversation.
Any other questions? Oh, now we thank him for his time. All right. Brief hold 1 second.
Only one person. Give date. Yeah, that's right.
All right, with that, we're now going to move into a period of debate. Reminder that because this is an election, we're not going to talk poorly of any candidate, and we refer to the candidate as candidate 1 the whole time. Okay, so we're going to move into the first round of debate for candidate 1. Do I see any debate for candidate 1? Perfect. We're gonna move into the second round of debate. Do I see any debate for candidate 1? Seeing that is the opinion of the chair, that debate has become one-sided, we will now move into a period of voting. We are going to do this via a standing vote. So all those in favor of the election of candidate 1, please rise to your name. Please.
Here.
Alright, all those opposed?
I need to count them, please.
Oh, yeah. If you're opposed, just hold that thought. Okay, wait, all those opposed? Okay, perfect. 1 second. Oh, she seems so.
Fell down things.
Five oh 51-0. Our new finance chair is Senator Adamek.
Alright, please raise your right hand. I state your name. Let me like, since kids have pause is here too, guys, alright? I state your name, do solemnly swear
I, Ryan Adamick, do solemnly swear
to faithfully execute to the best of my ability
to faithfully execute to the best of my ability
the duties of the office of Chair of the Finance Committee
the duties of the office of the Chair of the Finance Committee
for the Texas A&M University Student Government Association,
for the Texas A&M University Student Government Association,
to uphold the honor of the same,
to uphold the honor of the same,
at all times to protect the welfare of the student body,
at all times to protect the welfare of the student body,
and to promote good relations between the students
and to promote good relations between the students
and those concerned with the university.
and those concerned with the university.
So help me
So
God.
help me God.
Congratulations.
All right, with that, we're now going to move into the consideration of the consent agenda. We're killing it with the consent agendas lately. Okay, these are the pieces up for consideration. We have two new pieces, the cadet boards resolution and the GLC resolution. Those have been added to the agenda from IA. But with that, do I see any objections to the passage of the consent agenda? Seeing none, these pieces do pass. We will now move into a period of old business, beginning with SA 7808, the Elect Act. Will the author please come to the floor? Hey guys, we're getting the new version in the drive. All right, with that, you will now have a 10-minute period of presentation beginning out.
Howdy, Sheriff Board and Rules and Regulations.
Howdy.
Howdy. Yeah, so this is the Elect Act, this is the Rules and Regulation Committee's election package that we put out in committee. There's numerous changes that were made, as always, those are in purple. And so I'm gonna walk you through some of the numerous changes we made in committee with the consultation of the election commission. So the first big thing that was taken out, when you look at filing, and this is indicative of more to come, is that everything related to group campaigning that we had added in was taken out. Currently, the plan is to reevaluate that in the spring after the election cycle, so we can get a more fleshed out look at that. So everything that was formerly related to group campaigning has been taken out. Scrolling down, there's a lot of changes when you look at, this is section 4, like line 210. So a lot of things you'll see here, this is a pattern where it would say like 3 or 2 class days. That's been changed to 72 hours or 48 hours respectively. Talking with the election commission, that gives them a better timeline to do it. They can be more precise. You get things done quicker with that. Scrolling down. The next change is at line 375, that strikes out all of Article 5, which is the procedures for group campaigning. And so we've taken that out in committee. After that, we looked at some other things. If you go to the article regarding campaigning, starting at 486, line 486, we struck out the part that said that unauthorized supporters would not, that candidates must authorize the actions of the supporters in discussions. We believe that this could promote bad actions where people would actively go out and say, oh, I didn't authorize them to do this, and they get to shoot the cover for any violation. After that, if you look at subsection E, we added a timeline for campaigning. So what this timeline looks like that we discussed with the election commission is 3 weeks from the Sunday of this week of the start of voting, candidates can announce their campaign for election online. That's a hint of something more to come. We're regulating online activities. 2 weeks away, candidates can start speaking to organizations and campaigning off campus. Then 1 week from the Sunday of the start of campaigning, which would be the same day as the mandatory candidates meeting. After that, candidates can go and they can start physically campaigning on campus. They can put the materials out, and that's the normal physical process we all know and love. Continue scrolling down. Line 627, I believe it changed. We had where you could only have still photography in places such as the Bonfire Remembrance Memorial or the MSC. We changed this to bring it back to the regulation that previously was a photography and videography you can have, said just still photography. Scrolling down, you get to line 690, around there, you see where we bring it back to the 72-hour periods of 3 class days. As well, we moved the violation deadline back to 7 p.m. as it previously was. Before the first draft was built. You scroll a line 788, you can see where we take out stuff relating to group campaign finance. Line 855 brings back the section that says budgets from 2 or more candidates may not be combined in any way, keeping it as it already is. Let's see. Line 922 brings it back to 7 p.m. before the second day of voting. Instead of 72 hours after the official results. This is related to budget complaints. So you have to get these in before the results are posted unofficially. Continue scrolling down. I believe that is the extent of the changes we made. With that, I'm now open to your period of questions about the changes and about the bill as a whole.
All right, with that, the presenter is now open for a period of question and answer. I see Chair Patel.
Chair Patel, Constituency Affairs, and section 3A3, that's page. Oh gosh, who's the line on this thing?
Do you see a line number?
Line number,
Those are good.
oh, I lost nothing. 580.
They're new. A minute for the line numbers.
It talks about video creation and posting, and that is to be considered campaign material, and all items that are used in the video are subject to be expensed Would you like to give us a definition of what an item means, whether that's a costume piece, a prop, or a sign, or?
Yeah.
Speak Spanish.
Yeah, so the line is, in all items in the media used to solicit votes must be expensed. How I believe the Courtney Commission has previously judged this, like what campaign material has to be. If you were to have in that video, some paint. And you put it on your truck and you said, vote Eli Patel for Student Senate. Well, would you consider just the paint material? Would you also include truck material? So how it's been evaluated is that if you were to take something out, would the message still get across? If you were to take the paint out, then the message would not get across. So the truck alone is not what is soliciting votes. But if you were to take the truck out instead of the paint would be counted as the campaign materials that's soliciting the votes. That being said, if you were to get 70 trucks and have them spell out vote Eli Patel, then you would have to expense those.
Senator Yost.
I guess I have a question relating to the new timeline. How does this defer to what we previously used to practice?
I think the biggest difference that I see is that it gives more clear guidance for campaigns, especially for people who are not within SGA. You know, like when they should do things that helps guide them along. But the biggest change is that only the week of voting, can you have like your banners out? And can you be out there, for lack of a better term, badgering people for their votes? And this is something that I learned that Auburn did, and I really liked it because they did it for just that week of voting. They had the banners out, they had all their staffs out going, and I think it's best that we're not spending, I guess, 2 weeks just constantly begging these students for their votes, because it gets tiring. And I know if I wasn't in SGA, I might find it.
Do I see any other questions for the presenter? I see Chair Ken.
Chair Chem Academic Affairs. Permission to preface.
Briefly.
Previously, the current election commissioner has expressed some concerns about the former makeup of this bill. Has she been consulted on this new version?
Yes, she has. She came to a rules and regulations meeting. We talked it out. Everything we talked about with Sheldon. And as far as I know, she's good with the draft for this version of it.
Any other questions? Senator Babanka?
Senator Ivanka Bush-Poole, do you see these changes in finance forms causing more confusion and potentially more disqualifications amongst candidates?
Can you explain what you're talking about, that these changes?
May I back for Commissioner?
Granted.
Well, I just know that it's hard for people who's never done a finance form and people who are maybe running independently to fill out a finance form that they maybe never done. And I know it's expanded the mandatory candidates meeting, but it's one of the things that I think people get disqualified for most often. So do you think any of these changes could potentially create more confusion, especially when it comes to like photography and videography? Like, do they need to expense their suit jackets and pictures? Like, where do we draw the line there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's clear, regarding the finance form itself, I don't believe. Anything changes about the actual makeup of the form, budgets are reduced to 300 for minor races and 2,500 for major races. But regarding for what needs to be expensed and what doesn't need to be expensed, all the fiscal stuff is the same, to my knowledge. The only difference, I guess, with those kind of expenditure violations, not the election commission is given more ability to look at what's going online and assessing what's being spent online. And like media and videos and stuff. So I don't think there's any change with the finance form, none that I can remember off the top of my head or see. But I do not think there will be that major of a departure. As long as you grant it, the big election code, I think there's 37 pages. You have to read it and understand it. That's part of it.
Thank you.
Sure.
Sure, LR, does this impact the upcoming?
This will.
Did I see another question? Senator Steele.
Senator Steele off campus caucus, I don't have the line, so just between bottom page 24 and the top of page 25. We have budgets from two or more candidates may not be combined in any way. What is your philosophy on this? How will this be implemented and what does this mean?
Yeah, so this is how the current rule goes, so pretty much, Michael Horton running for Senate. Me and Chair Patel, we both have $300.
Wrap up in one sentence, relax.
We can only spend $300 individually, we cannot spend $600
Okay, thank you.
All right, with that, the period question and answer has concluded. We thank him for his time. With that, we will now move into a period of debate on this act, beginning with the first round of debate against this act. Do I see any debate against the act?
Madam Speaker, I have a motion.
State your motion.
Chair Patel, Constituency Affairs, I move to amend the piece by striking lines 583 through 585. About from if a candidate is to create a video to solicit votes must be expensed.
Second.
We're gonna take a second for that to be reflected in the document. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Alt Shift 5.
Hello, Proton.
Oh, yeah.
Don't make me.
Like.
Right, good, okay. Seeing that a motion has been made. There's a second. And seconded, it is debatable and amendable and require a majority vote. We will move to the first round of debate for this motion. Do I see any debate for this motion? I see Chair Patel.
Howdy, Senate. Chair Patel, Constituency Affairs. So my logic here, I don't necessarily disagree with the thought behind it. But I just think in practice, when you look at a video and you're trying to what's integral to the message, I think that it gets a little bit subjective. It's not all just paint. Some videos don't have paint. You can spend $5 on a video with paint, you can spend 100 videos on the video without. And if say I'm in a campaign video throwing the football with Marcel Reed, does that football need to be expensed? That's pretty important. The message of the video is I'm cool and I hang out with Marcel Reed. I don't think we give anybody an unfair advantage where they have a lot of money to spend on a video or not. I think expensive video and good video are not synonymous. I just think it would be a little bit too complicated and subjective, and I'd be scared that everybody's video would get reported and then the commission has to look at every single object in the video and determine how important it is to whatever the facets of the message is. So and we haven't necessarily done anything with video in the past 2 years and it's been all right. So that's my take. I yield to Senator Steele.
Seeing that Senator Steele has been yielded to, you'll have 1 minute and 14 seconds. Getting it out.
Senator Steele off campus caucus. Oh, Merry Christmas. I just want to echo what Chair Patel said a little bit. I know we've discussed rules similar to this but in previous years. And generally, the issue we see with these types of rules is that they become kind of non-specific. So we kind of lead to these kind of rabbit holes of, well, what do we consider things that need to be expensed? I mean, we even get into discussions of the camera. Do we expense the camera that's used to film the video? Some of these things get really expensive. And just because we don't have enough specificity with these kinds of rules, which is I think with a discussion we can have for sure, but under the current rule we see on here, I think it's just too vague to implement in a meaningful way. And I think we can start seeing kind of a slippery slope, a lot of, J-Corp meetings where we're having discussions of, do I need to expense this? Do I need to expense that? I think it can just kind of divulge into a little bit of a mess. But with that, I yield to the.
Seeing that the floor has been yielded to, we'll now move into the first round of debate for the motion. Nope. Yes, against the motion. Against the motion. Do I see any debate against the motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate for the motion. Do I see any debate for the motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against the motion. Do I see any debate against the motion? Seeing none is the opinion of the chair that debate has become one-sided. We will now move into a period of voting on this motion. We will attempt to do this via general consent. Do I see any objection to the motion? Seeing none, this motion does pass. And that will be reflected in the final piece. We're still in the first round of debate against peace. Do I see any debate against the peace? Seeing none, we will now move into the first round of debate for the peace. Do I see any debate for peace? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this piece? Seeing none, it is the opinion of the chair that debate has become one-sided. We will now move into a period of voting on this piece. This will be done via a standing vote led by Pro Tem Tucker. All those in favor of this piece, please rise as you are. All those opposed? By a vote of 49-0, this piece does pass. All right, with that, we'll now move into a period of new business, beginning with SR P842, the Texas Student Government Coalition Resolution. Will the author please come to the floor? All right, you all have 10 minutes. Beginning at how?
Howdy Senate. Chair Hertz, LR. Senator Clark on campus. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. But with that, so the Texas Student Government Coalition, you'll be hearing a lot from Lauren and I today. We'll be here for it. So we have some legislation coming in for LR commission. The committee votes on it. The commission helps write this one, specifically Lauren. And with that, we're just essentially creating this coalition, or advocating to create this coalition rather, of former student governments. There are 3 of them. Let me go into detail about this.
Yeah, so prior to 2019, the Student Government Coalition was very active. They actually were the ones that got the Good Samaritan law passed in the state of Texas. And after COVID, it fell apart. And so that's kind of the history of that. So we are working to rebuild this coalition, and it will involve Texas A&M, TU, and Texas Tech for now. And that is, we're not gonna be adding any smaller schools at this point. And basically we wanting to get this passed so we can start working with other student governments and people to start getting this on the road.
We're working with some of the largest university systems in the state to start launching this. This allows for us to have better coalition building when it comes to working on actual legislation. For those of us who were your last semester or last session, where we did the first gen grant, we did no more than 4. These initiatives are a little bit easier when your university Austin, but they're in Austin, so they have greater accessibility than we do going there. To the state ledge, and then Tech also has a lot of great resources as well, so just working with them, so we were able to advocate not for just students here at Texas A&M, but for students across the state of Texas. With that, that's it.
With that, the authors are now open for a 5-minute period of question and answer. Do I see any questions for the presenters? Seeing none? Oh, so sorry. I see Senator Yost.
Senator
Needed
Yost,
just
Arts
some
and
time.
Sciences, is there any idea y'all kind of have for, different projects y'all may want to work on, getting this back up and going?
So I know one of the first objectives is going to be getting a guiding document and implementing a constitution. And then after that, I think the general idea is for the future Texas legislative sessions, each members of the coalition will get together and say, these are issues that could be affecting our university and students across the state of Texas and working on higher education legislation. So I don't think there's anything specific. We as LR, the commission and AM have some ideas, but we'll kind of gonna weigh it out once we actually get the coalition.
Yeah, the big step is just building those initial connections, since the coalition has not existed, we don't have those connections that we used to through their student governments. So rebuilding those relationships.
Perfect. Do I see any other questions for the presenters? Chair Kim.
Again, academic affairs, you guys mentioned that previous or in the bill, as previously there were more schools. Are there plans to add more schools other than Texas Tech and the TSIPs in the future?
There is a possibility, but as of right now, we're just looking at just getting started with our institutions.
Any other questions? Seeing none, we thank them for their time. With that, we will now move into a period of debate on this piece, beginning with the first round of debate for this piece. So I see any debate for this piece. Seeing none, we will now move into the first round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, as the opinion of the chair, that debate has become one-sided. We will now move into a period of voting via general consent. Do I see any objections to the piece? Seeing none, this piece does pass. All right, with that, we will now move into SR 7849, the Accessibility Subcommittee Priorities Resolution. Will the author please come to the floor?
Howdy, Senate.
Howdy.
So the Senator Willis on Campus Caucus. So the Accessibility Subcommittee has met twice since y'all made me the subcommittee chairman. And in that time, we've been trying to figure out what exactly are the biggest issues that we're going to be addressing and working with admin to improve. So this resolution basically just outlines those priorities, that is physical accessibility, transportation and parking, emergency preparedness, and the Aggie Achieve program. For those of you who may not be familiar with the Aggie Achieve program, even though there are lots of classes at A&M, they don't get Aggie rings. They get different rings that very much do not look like Aggie rings. And there's also some talk of improving accommodations in Greek life for people in Aggie Achieve. And so those are the big issues that the subcommittee is going to work on. I've met with the ADA coordinator to figure out best avenues to work through that. And do point of parliamentary inquiry. Do I have to read it? Okay.
Nope.
So does anyone have any questions?
All right, With that, our presenters now open for a period of question and answer. We got it, guys. Do I see any questions for the presenter? Seeing none, we thank him for his time.
Sure.
State your point.
I was thinking.
Oh, sorry, Chair Hurd, you're good, go ahead.
Chair or LR, what issue are you most excited for tackling to?
That's a great question. I feel like there's the most to be done in physical accessibility issues, so like sidewalks, access to buildings, access to classrooms. But I'm also, like, I also really think that a lot needs to be done with Aggie Chief. Because the fact that they don't get Aggie wings is very disappointing. So I'd probably say those are the. Aggie Chief is probably the one that like has the strongest emotions associated with it, whereas physical accessibility is the one that, like, you know, I see it every single day as I'm going to class, like, gosh, why does this sidewalk have to be so darn bumpy? How on earth do people in manual wheelchairs get around this? So those are probably my personal two biggest issues.
Okay, any other questions for the presenter? I see Chair Ken.
Chair Kim, Academic Affairs, permission to preface very, very briefly.
Granted.
You said let it be further resolved, and you mentioned emergency preparedness. Was there any specific points or concerns about emergency preparedness that we aren't doing well right now?
So I've already been in contact with the Director of Disability Resources for this. But basically, I feel like there are a lot of issues with not clear communication and like people with disabilities not knowing what proper emergency protocols there are. If like you're in a wheelchair and there's a fire in the building, you need to get down the stairs, stuff like that. And so I think that one of the things that we talked about is, you know how we get the emails like once a month for like Title IX stuff or other like administrative things that they're required to send out to us. Basically including emergency preparedness for students with disabilities somewhere in there. Does that answer your question? Okay.
Senator Yost, also direct your questions to me.
Senator Yost, Arts and Sciences. It seems kind of ridiculous that I guess students in Aggie Chief don't get their own Aggie ring, or the, same Aggie rings we all do.
Mhm.
What is the reasoning behind that?
That's a great question. I'm not the expert on Aggie Achieve. There are a lot of people in the subcommittee who know more about it than I do. But my understanding is that there's something that makes it so that this Association of Former Students says that they're not technically A&M students or not technically reaching the 90-hour requirement, something involving that. But I'm not the most knowledgeable person on Aggie Achieve.
Permission to back and forth very briefly.
Granted.
Do you think that's something that y'all will be able to get changed?
Not in this session, but I do hope to continue working on it. For as long as it takes to fix it.
Alright, thank you.
Senator Knott.
Senator Knott, off-campus talk, just mentioned a little bit about Aggie Achieve and Greek life. I was wondering if you could go into a little bit more detail about that.
So this was something that was brought to my attention that I didn't know about, but other universities, for example, in Oklahoma, basically have different rushing systems for who want to rush or pledge to Greek life. For people who are in Aggie Achieve or may not be in Aggie Achieve but need like maybe a more chill setting. And so making it so that we have similar systems in place to make it so that they're more able to participate in student organizations.
Any other questions? Seeing none, we thank him for his time. With that, we will now move into a period of debate on this piece, beginning with the first round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the first round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, it's the opinion of the chair that debate has become one-sided. We will now move into a period of voting on this piece. We will attempt to do this via general consent. Do I see any objections to the passage of SR 7849, the Accessibility Subcommittee's Priorities Resolution? Seeing none, this piece does pass. All right, hold your breath, everyone. With this next three pieces of legislation, they are voted on in the Internal Affairs Committee to be considered emergency pieces of legislation. There's three bills. Because of our longer break between the last two meetings and Christmas break coming up, the Legislative Relations Commission wants these to be passed or considered now so that we're able to let them do their work over Christmas break. Although the emergency legislation process requires that the piece won't go to committee, the Legislative Relations Commission, the commissioner, the committee, our committee, and the committee chair have all reviewed all of these pieces. So, just for your information there. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and move into the consideration. These will kind of look like a second reading. They'll have the reading, and then we'll go into questions, and then there will be a period of debate, and then we'll go into voting. Does that make sense to everyone? Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna start with SB 7804, the Foster Care Student Success Bill.
Long time no see.
Howdy Senate,
Howdy.
Senator Clark off campus.
Jennifer,
So basically, all three, again, kind of what Allison said, each piece is gonna look pretty similar. But basically, the SGA code, makes it necessary for us to, as a commission, to have these pieces pass the Senate, before we're allowed to work on, things with the state of Texas. And so one of our first legislative priorities is the foster care student success. So essentially what this is we want to write a bill to the state of Texas for the next legislative session for them to implement within the THECB, which is the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, to implement some sort of committee, that will basically bring a lot more information and a lot of things for foster care students. There's a lot of missing data, a lot of things that have fallen through the cracks with foster care students in higher education. Things where it's grants and they get extra money and that's just not necessarily happening. So it's kind of, there's a lot of issues, and so we want to start trying to tackle each issue with starting this committee with under the THECB.
Just thinking again, though, if we don't pass the legislation, commission can't advocate on behalf of the student body here at Texas A&M. I do say if you're care about efficiency advocacy, please pass the legislation. With that, thank you. Go.
Perfect. Okay, they're open for a period of question and answer. Do I see any questions for the authors? Seeing none, we thank them for their time. Now move into a period of debate on this piece, beginning with the first round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the first round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this piece? Seeing none, is the opinion of the chair that debate has become one-sided. We will now move into a period of voting on this piece. We will do this via a standing vote led by Pro Temp Tucker. If you are in favor of this piece, please rise as you are able. By a vote of 53-0, this piece does pass. If you're opposed, please raise your hand. I know how many of you are in here. Okay, perfect. Now by a vote of 53-0, this piece does pass. All right, we're now going to move into the consideration of SB 7805, the Texas Future Workforce Development.
Bennett.
Howdy.
Senator Clark off campus.
Chair LR.
Okay, here's the next one, basically the same thing, except this legislative priority focuses on the Texas future workforce. So, the idea is that within higher education, a lot of students graduate, from their higher education institutions, unprepared for the workforce. They're very prepared for academia, but not necessarily for their respective industries. Essentially, we would like to work with the legislators, next session and different interest groups to figure out a solution for getting students, whether it be more internship opportunities or paid internship opportunities through Texas Works or apprenticeships. This kind of would be across the board in the state of Texas, so trade school, community colleges and four-year institutions would all be affected, and so yeah, that's kind of the gist of it.
A large thing is just prioritize the Texas students, making sure that we're preparing students again for their future careers, making sure that our academic institutions are creating you to be better leaders as well as those who are working. But on top of that, this is a really important legislation because it is a priority for the state government. They've been interested in these policies before, and national government has also been very interested. So Texas A&M students leading the charge probably would lead to greater efficacy in these policies. Any questions?
All right, with that, they're open for a period of question and answer. Do I see any questions for the authors? Seeing none, we thank them for their time. All right, with that, we're now going to move into a period of debate on this piece, beginning with the first round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the first round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this piece? Seeing none, it is the opinion of the chair that debate has become one-sided, and we will now move into a period of voting on this piece. This will be done by a standing vote led by Pro Tem Tom. All those in favor of SB 7805, the Texas Future Workforce Bill, please rise as you are. All those opposed? By a vote of 53-0, this piece does pass.
I got this one, yeah.
Guess what? We got one more. Okay, we are now moving into the consideration of SB 7806, the Texas First Generation Match Grant Program Bill.
Stop, isn't it? All right. Howdy, Senate.
Howdy.
Chair Kurt LR.
Senator Clark off campus.
So this is the legislation that we're bringing back from last year. This has been largely my passion project. Essentially, this creates a grant program in the state of Texas for first-gen college students. It mirrors after Florida legislation. We were sadly not able to get past TV. They ran out of time, but Bill 4303, sponsored by John Howard in Austin. Okay, Kirk. We're excited to be able to continue to advocate for this legislation, so we're able to help serve and relieve the financial aid burden for first generation college students. Something that is really important to me, and hopefully I'll resonate to this group and issue as well.
No, this is our last one. You don't have to see us anymore for this, so happen quickly.
With that, they're open for questions. Do I see any questions for the authors? I see Senator Dealey.
Senator Dealey, College of Arts and Sciences, my name's spelled wrong, I don't know if I fix that now or later. That's hard to see.
That's ops.
It'll be fixed in operations.
Thank you.
Perfect.
My bad.
It's okay.
Any other? Yeah, they're all. Any other questions? Seeing none, we thank you guys for your time. We're gonna move into a period of debate on this piece, beginning with the first round debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the first round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this? Seeing none, it's the opinion of the chair that debate has become one-sided. We will now move into a period of voting on this piece. This will be led by Pro Tem Tucker. All those in favor of the passage of SB 7806, the Texas First Generation Match Grant Program Bill, please rise to your right. All those opposed? By a vote of 52-0, this piece does pass. All right, with that, we will now move into a period of open session. The floor is now open for motions. Do I see any motions? I see Senator Hargrove.
Senator Hargrove, College of Education and Human Development, I move to consider the Lauren Grace Vander resolution.
Second.
Seeing that a motion has been made and seconded, it is debatable and amendable and will require a majority vote. We will start with the first round of debate for this motion. Do I see any debate for this motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the first round of debate against this motion. Do I see any debate against this motion? Seeing none, we'll now move into the second round of debate for this motion. Do I see any debate for this motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against this motion. Do I see any debate against this motion? Seeing none, it's the opinion of the chair that debate has become one-sided. We will now move into a period of voting on this motion. Do I see any objections to this motion? Seeing none, this motion does pass. Will all the please come to the floor? Did you put it in the drive?
Yes, it's been sent to.
It's about to be in the drive. Perfect. Thank you.
Good.
Brief recess. I'm just kidding.
Oh, recess?
Brief, don't leave. Brief hold. Stay here.
Stand at ease.
Stand at ease.
Mike, yep. Stand at ease. All right, everybody go back.
There's some definitely down in here.
Wait, our brief candidates can include hot chocolate.
Grab a cup as well.
I got you. I can do yours.
Ready to deliver cookies to anyone who wants one?
I didn't mean to start this.
Oh, it's okay.
We should do a normal.
Yeah.
Is there another? There's still time, but.
Oh, there's shit.
Unless we built.
You.
I noticed it, so you said something. It kind of blended in like the shiny.
I want to show. Yeah, like, so good for you. You're in the first one. And then I saw. Like, literally, in your brother was big on it, like I said, that's. Yeah, I was that. Family, giant precedent. Yes, yeah. You know why it's called like that.
What did you say?
I'm playing on my phone. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Again, Okay, the authors are now open for a 10-minute period of presentation.
Howdy, Senator Margaret, College of Education and Team Development.
Patty's Senator Ronco Bush School.
So this is the Lauren Grace Maynard resolution. This is a resolution honoring Senator Lauren. She's been serving on Senate for the last 2 years here. And she's been a very vital and important part of our Senate, and she is leaving us. This is her final meeting. So we wanted to write her resolution honoring her. Which we need to hear.
The Texas A&M Student Senate is committed to promoting servant leadership, advocacy, and representation that elevates the student experience and advance the mission of our great university. And whereas to Senator Lauren Grace Maynard, a senior human resource development major, has faithfully served the student body and students of the College of Education and human development through leadership within the College of Education, demonstrating unwavering dedication to supporting students' academic success and overall well-being. Whereas throughout her time in the Student Senate, Senator Maynard has actively contributed to legislative efforts focused on enhancing student welfare, improving internal student government association processes, and strengthening communication between students, university, and the university administration. And whereas Senator Maynard consistently exemplified professionalism, kindness, passion, authenticity, and courage by engaging in meaningful dialogue and collaborating with fellow senators, university administration, and campus stakeholders while championing initiatives that promote academic excellence and campus improvement. And whereas the grace and character embody the Aggie core values of leadership, respect, excellence, integrity, and self-service, leaving a lasting positive impact on both the Student Senate and the greater Texas A&M University campus community. She always brings a warm and kind presence to the halls of the Coldest building and within the Senate chambers. She will be missed in both the Student Senate and within the College of Education and Human Development.
Therefore, let it be resolved, the Texas A&M University Student Senate formally recognizes and thanks, honors Senator Lauren Grace Maynard for exceptional service to the student body and her contributions to the College of Education and Community Development Caucus and the Senate as a whole. And the Student Senate expresses its sincere gratitude to Senator Maynard for her commitment to advocacy, collaboration, and servant leadership, which has strengthened student representation and strengthen student representation and legislative engagement within the university and College of Education. And the Senate commends Senator Maynard for her lasting impact on the Student Senate, for setting an example of excellence for future Senate leaders, and we wish her well in her future career, professional, and personal aspirations. And a copy of this resolution be printed and given to Lauren Grace of the College of Education. So we just wanted to say thank you, Lauren, for your contributions to the Senate. We're so grateful that we got the opportunity to work and meet.
Perfect. With that, our authors are now open for a period of question and answer. Do I see any questions for the authors? Seeing none, we thank them for their time. Alright, with that, we'll now move into a period of debate on this piece, beginning with the first round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this piece? I see Senator Steele. You'll have 2.5 minutes beginning at half.
Alright.
Howdy.
Howdy. Senator Steele, off campus caucus. I haven't really given one of these talks before, so if I stumble over my words a little bit. Alright. The only thing I really want to say is that if any of you haven't had the pleasure of talking with Senator Maynard or getting to meet her, I thoroughly suggest that you do so, because Senator Maynard has been probably one of the kindest and nicest people I've ever met in the realm of student government. And that's not insulting to y'all. Right, don't attack me for that. I met her a little over a year ago. I wouldn't say I convinced her to run, but I would say I helped her out a little bit, gave her some pointers. And I would say she's truly one of the most nonpartisan people that I've also ever met. She has made friends on many different sides of the aisle, and has just been a really good senator and also a good person, somebody who is very committed to serving the student body and to serving the people she knows. So she's been one of the greatest people I've had the pleasure of working with, and it'll be sad to see her. That I yield to Senator Chair.
With that, Chair, you have 1 minute and 10 seconds beginning at howdy.
Alrighty, howdy.
Howdy.
Chair for chair. Guys, I get demoted every time.
Yeah.
But I do want to speak some kind words about Senator Maynard. She truly is someone who cares and wants to serve students. We have a high turnover rate in Senate, so a lot of people that get here, they're like, well, I like Senate, where they really don't. She was some of the people that was like, actually, no, it's Senate. She was never one that was ever involved in conflict. She always wanted to be a problem solver. She truly listens to everyone and gives them the time of day. Which is a lot better than I did. I don't sometimes I don't listen. She is truly someone who cares and is something that we need to all aspire to be graceful, to be elegant, to be calm and patient, to live to the fruits of the spirits. So thank you so much, and it's truly been an honor and be a great student teacher and enjoy the work. She's never a teacher. I thought she was a teacher because she was College of Education and Development. So in fact, there are other majors besides teachers in the College of Education and Development. And she made sure that I knew that because she was able to trust. So if you have any questions for her about your HR problems or inter-organizational communications, she's the right person. So I've never told you this, but you're like, I always thought HR people were like Toby from The Office. And you're not Toby from The Office, so she's really awesome. So give her a lot of connection and a lot of things. Wish her luck. Give them.
Yes.
With that, we'll now move into the first round of debate against this piece. That was too good. With that, we will now move into the second round of debate for this piece. Do I see any debate for this? We will now move into the second round of debate against this piece. Do I see any debate against this piece? Seeing none, as the opinion of the chair, that debate has become one-sided, and we will now move into a period of voting on this piece. We will attempt to do this via general consent. Do I see any objection to the approval of SR 7852, the Lauren Grace Maynard resolution? Seeing none, this piece does pass. With that, the floor is now open for motions. Do I see any motions? I see Chair Horton.
Chair Horton, Rules and Regulations. I move to close open session.
Seeing that a motion has been made and seconded, it is debatable and amendable and will require a majority vote. We will now move into the first round of debate against this motion. For this motion, do I see any debate for this motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the first round of debate against this motion. Do I see any debate against this motion? I see Senator Dealey.
Senator Dealey, College of Arts and Sciences. I have a quick act I wanted to run by in open session, so I would not like this. It'll be quick.
Perfect. We'll now move. Do I see any other debate against this motion? We'll now move into the second round of debate for this motion. Do I see any debate for this motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against this motion. Do I see any debate against this motion? Seeing none, is the opinion of the chair that debate has become one-sided. We will now move into a period of voting on this motion. We'll do this via a voice vote. All those in favor of the motion? All those opposed?
Nay.
The nays have it. This motion does fail. With that, the floor is now open for motions. Do I see any motions? I see Senator D.
You got it already.
Did you get that?
That's it. I mean, shit.
There's a resolution.
Gavin, say that you move to consider your piece.
Consider an act of peace.
What's it called?
The virtual meeting act.
Perfect.
Second.
Seeing that a motion has been made and seconded, it is debatable and amendable and will require a majority vote. We will now move into the first round of debate for this motion. Do I see any debate for this motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the first round of debate against this motion. Do I see any debate against this motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate for this motion. Do I see any debate for this motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against this motion. Do I see any debate against this motion? Seeing none, is the opinion of the chair that debate has become one-sided. We will now vote on this motion. We will attempt to do this via general consent. Do I see any objections to the motion? Seeing none, the motion does pass. Alright, will the author please come to the floor? We'll have a 10-minute period of presentation beginning at now.
Howdy. Consider Ely College of Arts and Sciences. So this is the Virtual Meetings Act. Be grateful it's not the Ely Act, no saying about it, y'all. Notice. But so pretty much what the idea behind this was, one of my first meetings as a senator was virtual. And I remember kind of us not knowing what to do, at least me as a new senator. There was nothing I could find on what I had to wear, what the requirements were. So actually, he just like snitched on myself, but I was in PJ's door dashing. So kind of ironic, I'm in PJ's now doing this act. But it's just kind of clarifying. I don't think it's controversial at all. But y'all can tell me differently. If we can scroll down just a tad. So kind of just adding virtual meetings, getting defined into the code. This is my first act, so if it's in the wrong place, Cole will probably correct me later. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Just kind of making it where we have it as a tool in our toolbox, but we're not going to rely on it in any shape or form. So kind of just for emergencies or when the speaker deems it appropriate, or we vote on it 2/3 in an in-person meeting. So if we plan it in ahead, I think it's scroll down just a tad more if you wouldn't mind.
What about speaker?
State your point.
Sheriff or LR, this legislation does not have any sponsorship, so it cannot be considered.
That's true.
That's true. Hey, that's okay. Little foreshadowing for next time, hopefully. Perfect. Okay, with that, the floor is still open for questions.
I'm Senator Harper, College of Education. I move to close open session.
Seeing that a motion has been made and seconded, it is debatable and amendable and will require a majority vote. We will move into the first round of debate for this motion. Do I see any debate for this motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the first round of debate against this motion. Do I see any debate against this motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate for this motion. Do I see any debate for this motion? Seeing none, we will now move into the second round of debate against this motion. Do I see any debate against this motion? Seeing none, is the opinion of the chair that debate has become one-sided. We will now move into a period of voting on this motion. We will attempt to do this via general consent. Do I see any objections to the motion? Seeing none, this motion does pass. And with that, the floor is closed for opening session. We will now move into a period of committee reports, beginning with Speaker Pro Tem Tucker. Oh wait. Do I see any questions for the Pro Tem? Seeing none, we thank her for her time. We'll now go to our rules and regulations. Chair, do I see any questions for Chair Horton? I see Chair Pertwell.
Chairman Patel, Constituency Affairs, do you have any updates perhaps of this vacancy?
Yes, so the vacancy process has just started. We released the link today. So what this process pretty much is going to look like is for the next probably about 7 days. If we're not getting enough responses, we have up to 14 days. And we'll collect responses. From there, I'm going to send out all the caucus leaders a rubric and a grading sheet and the resumes and everything I've gotten from the application. And we're going to send it to you. From there, your caucus will review the application, all the materials I send you, and then you'll eventually have interviews and votes. Caucus leaders, if you don't have my number, please come get my number so I can talk with you, so I can make sure I can get everything out to you and make sure you have everything you need before this starts. And then from there, once we have all the interviews and the caucuses get me the list of the people they want, then we will hopefully have them all confirmed and sworn in by our first meeting in January.
Chair Adamek.
Permission back and forth.
Yes.
First of all, Chair Horton, what did you ask for Christmas?
So I asked Santa Claus for Christmas, for a pair of Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I got a prescription and transition, so they're gonna be really cool to our inside and outside. So I'm really excited for those. Can play audio, record video. I can talk to Meta instead of just my thoughts in my head.
Follow-up question, after the events of last time, you still think you're on Santa's nice list, or?
You know, what really matters to me is being on your nice list, Ryan. And that's all I'm looking for.
Awesome, thank you.
If a said group chat with Cox leaders was made, would that be helpful?
That'd be very helpful.
Senator Glover.
Senator Glover on his office, so are you doing soda this year?
I will definitely be doing Disney this year. I may attend SCONA, I may register and not attend like I did last year.
Senator Babanco.
Senator Ramonko Bush School, what is the current date? Like, do you know the actual date that the vacancy application's gonna close?
Tentatively, we're going to say a week from today, but the code gives us 17 to 14 days to have the applications out. Not 17, sorry, thank you, Allison. 7 to 14 days.
Granted.
Will you let us know if that application is extended?
Yes, we probably what we'll do is like on that Wednesday, if we don't have enough, we'll send out like a deadline extended post on Instagram and in the flare, and all that will be communicated.
Perfect, thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, we thank him for his time. For our student services chair, do we see any questions for Chair Chu? Chair Horton.
Chair Horton, rules and regulations. What's on your Christmas list, Sam?
Oh, man, that's a really good one. Well. For starters, a poker set. And then, let's see. If my wife lets me buy another gun, then they're fine. And then. Yeah, that's it. Poker and guns.
Bush School as a Santa this year, what are you gifting?
Oh, that's a good question. Honestly, nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know that he needs anything. I'm starting one on Sunday, so. But.
What's his name?
My son's name, James. Yeah. But I got my wife some stuff. I got her, I got her a really nice ring for like a really nice ring wrap for her engagement ring. And then. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But maybe we'll get something else, we'll see.
Okay, I see Senator Masters.
Senator Masters, copies. What's the spot outside Radford?
Braxton Keith, number one artist. I love me a Braxton Keith. And yeah, listen to him a lot, but it's like, I'm like an oldie apparently. I'm an 87 years old according to. So. Thanks for the question.
Questions? Seeing none, we thank him for his time. With that, we move to our finance chair. Do I see any questions for Chair Adamek? Chair Horton.
Chair Horton, rules and regulations. Chair Adamek, are you on Santa's nice list?
I believe so, hopefully, I get some vouchers, something nice this from everyone.
Thank you.
Any other questions for the chair? Chair Hurt.
Chair Hurt, on the seat board.
Great, I love it over here.
Any other questions?
They're not, yes, obvious.
What do you want for? I'm asking for a nice upper vest. I'm trying to, this is my finance where I want the vest. And then I would also hopefully also asking for a gun as well. In my blessing. Thank you.
Any other questions? I see people thinking about it. Chair Chu.
Student services, what type of gun are you?
Glock 19.
Any other questions? Seeing none, we thank him for his time. With that, we'll move to our community relations chair. Do I see any questions for Chair Williams? Seeing none, we thank him for his time.
Yeah, that's your.
That was moved to our legislative relations chair. Do I see any questions for Chair Hurd? Chair Warren.
Chair for the rules and regulations, is the best way to spread Christmas cheer to sing loud for all to hear.
Oh my gosh, I know Santa is. He's watching.
Senator Blanco.
Senator Ronco Bush calls as the Senate Grinch.
Wait, I'm the Senate Grinch?
Oh, well, your first resizes this one.
That's right. That's
Hold on, oh no.
No.
See, it's creepy.
This is getting greasy. Any other questions for the chair?
Oh, gosh.
Analog Campus Caucus, have you ever considered moving out of your mountain? Whoville, like actually moving down to Whoville, or? I've heard it's great weather.
You guys, I don't. That's when to order someone. How is it?
Me.
When to order.
I thought about it, but
It's point of order, Chair Williams, I don't think that's true.
okay. Any other questions for the chair? Seeing none, we thank you for his time. With that, we move to the academic affairs chair. Do I see any questions for Chair? And I see Senator Bissell.
Senator Representative Tallman, very, Chair Kim, what's going on with the advisor appreciation luncheon?
Okay, so the advisor appreciation luncheon is a major event that Academic Affairs Committee puts on each year. That will be happening March, pending the date. It'd be really cool if any of you guys could make it, and it'd be very cool if you guys could write letters to advisors, because our committee would be needing help with that, and we know they work very hard for us. More information to come, but we'd love some help with letters.
Senator Graham.
Senator Graham, we'll work on the caucus. Chairman Kim, is that real? Oh, great question.
Well, my inclination is to say that Santa is real. However, to confirm that, I'll make sure to put it on the agenda for my committee next time we meet. We'll do some extensive research to find out.
Senator Blanco.
Senator Ronco Bush, what is going on with the academic calendar? Sorry, don't get it on my phone.
So I know that was a very big point of concern for Senate at our last meeting. We discussed it in our committee meetings. We discussed some potential questions to put on a survey to put out there. However, it seems as though just because of the turnaround time for this, especially next year, it will just have to be an admin meeting. And there's a provost meeting on the 4th that myself and the academic affairs vice president will be at. And then that's a place where we'll try our best to advocate our position on that. As to my knowledge, the Senate is unified on opposing the change to the academic calendar. If I got that wrong, please find me after the meeting. But
Briefly.
Is Santa not sitting right next to you?
well, apparently he's not getting a gift, so I guess.
Senator Willis.
Withdrawn.
Any other questions for the chair? Seeing none, we thank him for his time. Constituency affairs chair, do I see any questions for Chair Patel? I see Chair Teets. Chair Teets traditions and culture.
All right, guys, so starting tomorrow, Friday, the next Monday and Tuesday is our Suits of Senators event, on campus outreach, talking to students, spreading the mission of Senate, helping get our survey out there for Median GPA, that's live on the Instagram, y'all should have reposted, you should have sent it to your friends. So if there are people in this room, who need to get some absences removed, I know y'all are here, maybe y'all aren't here, maybe you're watching on the live, I don't know. But if you need absence removed, that's a great way to go to the flare, hit the link, sign up for a slot, it's just 1 hour between it get time on. It is a great way to, get active and meet some students, so, yeah. Yeah.
I see Chair Fort.
Chair Board rules and regulations. When you had your ring done, did you have to get a change of clothes?
So thank you for your question, Joe. So I did spill a little bit on myself when I did my ring dunk. And it did require me to get a little change of clothes. It was a little spillage and a bit of an embarrassing location. But I had, so it's at my house, they were calling audible and did change clothes in, but yes, it did. Thank you for your question.
Great question.
Point of information,
Wait.
directed to Chairman Patel, Senate Rules on Campus Caucus, is it 1 hour or 2 hours to get the absence from there?
1 hour.
Okay.
It's special sweeps with senators, 1 hour.
I was clear about this.
Chair
Um, have we gotten input from survey? Have you done the numbers?
Yes, I think we have, last I checked, which was kind of mid-afternoon, almost 100 people, so far. So, got a lot of data, still a lot more to go, obviously, the more, people who fill it out and get, the more complete data on sharing numbers, yes. But yeah, we've had a lot of success so far, so.
Any other questions for the chair, Senator Ivanka?
Senator Blanco, what kind of seats did we get for seats and senators? Yeah.
I think. I think you should direct that question perhaps with putting information to
Just wait till-
PDO Troy Rapp.
She's coming. Any other questions? Seeing none, we thank him for his time. Now we'll move to our traditions and culture. Chair, do I see any questions for Chair Teets? Chair Hurd.
How's the consent agenda?
They're going great. We had 6 tonight, which was epic. And I want to shout out Senator Richards because he got his turned in early, even though we had a break. That was awesome. And then also shout out all of the Ag and Life Sciences senators because they were an awesome resolution and also the entire caucus sponsored it. Yeah.
Hey, we got a national champion.
Any other question? Do you have another question? Chair Hurd.
Sure, LR, how's the culture going after that TU loss?
Oh. I think we have a rally in us and I'm excited to see how.
Senator Willis.
Senator Willis on Campus Caucus, do you have any favorite Christmas traditions?
That's a great question. I go hunting before Christmas and after Christmas, so that's my favorite.
Oh, that's a good question. Senator Blanca.
Senator Blanco, what's on your Christmas list?
I asked for a morning gift, but this money for spring break with my friends. So let's see if I can.
Any other questions? Seeing none, we thank her for her time. With that, we'll now move to our EDO. Do I see any questions for you? I see pros and talk through.
President Leonard, next, you have any updates regarding senators?
Yeah, so Big Senator starts tomorrow, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Our mission could put a lot of time into this, so I do ask that y'all, if you are tabling, you're engaging and you're making the most of that time to talk to constituents. If you have an hour, come get an absence removed, come table, come talk to people, that's kind of your job is to meet the people that you represent. So this is really the easiest way to do that. We'll be handing out Red Bull, Celsius, Rice Krispie treats, Alani's, goldfish, and cookies. So if you table, you can also get free snacks. So we have a lot of snacks. So come table, talk to people, get them to fill out the median GPA survey, and meet your people. It's great. Chair Warren.
Chair Horton, rules and regulations. There seems to be a scotch. What did Speaker Casino do to me before the start of this meeting?
Speaker Casino attempted to kick me in the back and instead kicked me right in the arm and still kept on going. Okay, any other questions? All out of order. Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, everything reports. With that, we'll move into a period of executive reports, beginning with the executive branch. We have our chief of policy, Bryce Fisher.
Howdy, Senate.
Howdy.
That sends a report on really good work going on in the executive branch. Really thankful to Chair Kim for the work he's doing with Amanda on academic affairs. You're awesome. We appreciate that. Shout out Clay, even though he's not here. At the last city council meeting, the city voted in a new policy procedure that gives them a way for citizens to basically like show that there's a safety concern and report a parking safety concern that then starts a 2.5 week long investigation into the parking safety concern that then goes through a 2.5 week long process to be approved by the city council, by the city staff, and the city staff is another 2.5 weeks to basically like say whether or not they're going to bring it forth to the city council and recommend that they ban parking on that specific part of a specific street. So I would say we had a huge win with the city this semester. Really thankful for Ainsley. Thank you for all of you who invested in that. Seeing as at the beginning of the semester, they were talking about banning all overnight street parking in 3 major neighborhoods to now the policy they enacted is a procedure for residents to submit case by case basis. So huge win, thankful for y'all's partnership on that. Thing you might care about more, ticket pool for playoff game. What we have now and what we've been told by the ticket pool office is that all sports pass holders are going to be given the chance to buy a ticket to the playoff game. It's going to be hosted here in Kyle Field for $25, which is insane compared to other host colleges. That $25 is covering the cost of extra media that they need to purchase for like the NCAA merch, things like that. However, you should know that like the 12-Man Foundation worked really hard with students in mind, listened to Carter, listened to the things we cared about, and worked to get that cost to as little as absolutely possible. Please, if you have a sports pass, buy the $25 ticket, go to the game, beat the hell out of whoever we're gonna play, and please continue to invest in Aggie football. They need us more than ever. That's kind of all the updates we have. Really thankful for the team. We're at the halfway mark. Really excited. Completed over 50% of kind of our goals and pushes so far. So a lot to come, but yeah. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel about quarter zips?
Don't make my culture your costume. These things, let me tell you, I don't care about the trend. I've been on Q-Zips since 2nd grade, so good for you.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
Chair
I don't think I get to pick.
Chair Horton has a question.
Chair Horton has a question. Chair Horton, rules and regulations. How can I be more intentional in my day-to-day life?
Good question. I think intentionality starts with your investment in people. I think. And intentionality is about a Google Calendar.
Yes.
It's about waking up in the morning with grit, tenacity. It's about doing everything with intentionality. But I also don't think the word intentional really means anything. So
That's the motion.
That's good. State your question.
Motion to extend the period of question and answer by 2 minutes.
here we go. Okay,
He's good. He got it. Keep going.
yeah.
As long as we're not above. How long is it?
He is like no more than 20 minutes.
We have 21 minutes.
Oh, I'm good. Don't worry. I appreciate it.
Please don't. You can't be up for that one.
Good draw.
Senator Vivanco.
Senator Ramalco Bushel, I actually purchased a guest ticket like last year to the full season. How will that work with the ticket?
Good question. It'll be included in the blast email to students. Guest tickets should cost about $150 for this game. which is considerably more than most of the, right, guest tickets right now are 85 for regular season game. But yes, this one will be the most expensive guest ticket. I'm not sure how the pre-purchase ones work, but it will be included in the blast email sent out to students in the next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, keep going.
I have Chair Adamant.
Chair Adamick off camp for finance, I don't know, how do I say it? Chair Adamick. What player on Texas A&M offense do you relate to the most?
I'm gonna say Marcel because I really am a big fan of academics, always have been, and I have the lowest grades I've ever had in college in the last quarter of the semester right now. But I believe in a comeback. And we're getting back in the gym and we're gonna lock in for these finals. We're gonna get some of those lower test grades replaced. So Marcel may have thrown a few interceptions here and there, but we're coming up for the 4.0 and the Heisman later. So,
Wow.
thank you.
Okay, I have Senator Eagle. I have Senator Owen.
Yes, chief of policy.
I think you can say that.
Call back on science.
Yes, sir.
I'm just curious what the executive branch statement is on our 3C volleyball team going into a home playoff tournament.
We are stoked. Everybody show up. My personal favorite thing, and something Carter and I actually talked about in our one-on-one this week. Our Aggie volleyball team truly represents the values of our institution. Like if you haven't seen their Instagram and like seen the things they talk about and the way they care for their team and the way they care about this university, Logan Ledenicki is like the best player on our team right now. She's a third gen Aggie and like talks all the time about how she would have given up volleyball just to come to Texas A&M. Like that is so freaking cool. We've got to rally around those people. Go to the volleyball game, support them. If you've never been to a volleyball game, there are so many like niche volleyball game traditions that are so fun and just like again make it a really great experience. And we get to hype up Texas A&M volleyball, and they're going all the way. I'm calling. So.
Perfect. Any other questions? Seeing none, we thank him for his time. With that, I will now cede my chair to Pro Tem Tucker to deliver my. With that, the speaker has, she's whatever. Howdy, Senate. Alright, I wrote a few things down. You guys have heard a lot about Sweets with Senators, but I really encourage you to go because our fish shades worked really, really hard on it. It's their big project for the year. So let's show up and show out for them. It's only an hour of your life. You got it. Also a great way to encourage Aggies as they go into finals. Also the survey. We do have responses, but I think we can do a little bit better. So let us try to get everybody in this room to fill out the survey if you haven't already. It's about median GPA on my transcripts. If you don't know about it, you look it up on Google. It's super easy to figure it out. And just fill out the form based on your opinions, and we'll go from there. And then for vacancies, please encourage your friends or people that might be interested in Senate to run for a vacancy. They just have to apply and then they'll go through an interview process. This is a great way to get people involved in Senate with maybe a little bit less pressure than what the election cycle looks like. This is also a great way to fill our room back up. We've had a few people go, so I really want to be able to represent all 77,000 Aggies, and that's the best way to do it. So let's fill our room back up, and I want good people in the room, so invite your friends, because y'all are all awesome. Shout out EDO Troyer. I have to give her a shout out after throwing hot chocolate all over her. But she's been killing it on everything. She got all the hot chocolate for us, and the cookies, she made the cookies. So shout out to her. Really hard all semester. So shout out to her. She's sometimes behind the scenes, but she's killing it. And then shout out to our operations team for the graphics this week. They've been going on a bit of a time crunch. You've probably seen our Instagrams full of different graphics, and so wanted to shout them out. Specifically, Gia, you're awesome. So yeah, with that, I'm open for questions.
Senator, well, not Justino, Murray.
Senator Murray Optimus, will there be a recommendation form for new senators like that are gonna fill in
That's a good question. Yep.
There'll be letters of recommendations they can have submitted.
They can have letters of recommendations submitted, kind of similar to how we do the process of like electing someone within the Senate, so. Yes and no.
Chair Hurd.
Chair LR. Why do we point where in the?
I was laughing too hard. Sorry, I'm really sorry. EDO Julia. I've already seen your Christmas list, but for everyone else in the room, what is on your Christmas list? Ooh, good question. On my Christmas list, I asked for a hair dryer. I asked for personalized stationery. What else did I ask for? Oh, I asked for a new Bible. Oh. Is that it? Phone case. A phone case. Now we'll keep track by Christmas. I'm gonna be just as surprised on Christmas morning emails.
Senator Not.
Senator Not off campus caucus, how many vacancies do we currently have?
I'm gonna direct that to our pro temp. A lot.
Well.
Yeah, we have 12 total, but there's like 4 in off campus, 2 in ag and life sciences, 5 in off campus.
1 in.
2 in Maze,
It's on the
1 in ag and life sciences.
Not gonna go make them go off their head, but there's 12. Well, straight.
Yeah, sure.
But Chair Horton, rules and regulations. Chair Horton, rules and regulations, not Chair Horton. I was told you can sing Jingle Bells very well.
That's
Can you give
okay.
us a performance, please?
Please.
It's Christmas.
Please.
So you're out of order, that is not 2 seconds.
I feel this.
Alright,
Please, my savior.
Senator Batten.
Senator Batten, on campus caucus, what translation of the good book are you asking for?
See, questions. CSB and it's a study Bible. And I'm really excited about it. I have NLT right now, so I'm going to change it up.
Amazing.
Are there any more questions for this one? Hey, yes.
Senator Sanchez, off campus caucus, is there just good for Senator?
No, but I would love for you to like look presentable, that'd be great. I know it's final week, so I'm not gonna ask you to like go business professional or anything, but if you have an SGA shirt, that'd be great to wear.
Oh.
Don't wear that. Don't wear this, yeah.
Senator Vivanco.
Senator Waldo Bush School, I almost off campus, I'm not off campus. What are you most excited about, like, is it Christmas traditions?
Oh, we have so many traditions. My family's big traditions family. We make Christmas cookies every year and decorate them, and then we like decorate the tree all together. We all have ornaments that are all about the So I'm just excited to go home and sit down with family. I feel like we have a tradition every single day, so looking forward to it.
Aww. Senator Clark.
Senator Clark, off campus, how are you doing about our comparative politics assignments?
You know, Lauren, not good.
Maybe.
Marcel.
I just and make my comeback. But I don't know if it's
Say.
yeah.
Are there any further questions for the speaker? We thank her for her time.
Alright, with that, we will now move into a period of closing roll call led by Pro Tem Tucker.
Dear Chief, when I say your name, please say howdy. SVP Mallory.
Howdy.
Chief Justice Rayfield. Chair Kim,
Howdy.
Chair Williams. Chair Chu,
Howdy.
Chair Patel,
Howdy.
Chair Hurt,
Howdy.
Chair Teets. Howdy. Senator Vaughn. Howdy. Senator Owen.
Howdy.
Senator Smith. Senator Allen. Howdy. Senator Jackson. Howdy. Senator Attaway. Howdy.
Please refrain from packing up. Sorry.
Senator Richards.
Howdy.
Senator Schmidt. Howdy. Senator Yost.
Here, President, or howdy.
Let's vote.
They all vote.
Sorry.
Senator Vivanco. Howdy. Senator Lamons. Senator Smith. Senator Westlake. Senator Van Williams.
Howdy.
Senator Long. Senator Granville.
Howdy.
Senator Alvarez. Howdy. Senator Burnside. Howdy. Senator Hughes. Senator Willis.
Howdy.
Senator Von Wupperfeld.
Howdy.
Senator Bratton.
Howdy.
Senator Adamek.
Howdy.
Chair.
Howdy.
Howdy.
That's you right here.
Senator Becker. Howdy. Senator Brown. Senator Clark. Howdy. Senator Fleener. Howdy. Senator Flores.
Howdy.
Senator Garcia. Senator Glover. Howdy. Senator Hall. Howdy. Senator Hicks. Howdy. Senator Honey. Senator Kaiser. Senator Murray.
Howdy.
Senator Pesick. Howdy. Senator Poe. Senator Sanchez. Howdy. Senator Steele.
Howdy.
Senator Hargrove.
Howdy.
Senator Maynard. Senator Bissoni.
Howdy.
Senator Bradley. Senator Cho.
Howdy.
Senator Dow.
Howdy.
Senator Medvedev.
Howdy.
Senator Shuck. Senator Wells.
Howdy.
Senator Wu.
Howdy.
Senator Vanderheiden. Howdy. Senator Schwartner.
Howdy.
Senator Knott.
Howdy.
Senator Lambert. Senator Ebel.
Howdy.
Senator Lamasters.
Howdy.
Fishade AJ. Fishade Mendez. And
Alright, with that, thank you. Wait, hold on, do not leave. If you didn't scan this, I'm gonna come find you. Please, please, please scan it. I need it especially for you. Right now. You're actually late. Okay, a few things before we go. Number one, I kind of want a group picture because you didn't get one for Halloween. So we're gonna do that, sorry. And then number two, you're in it. Number two, please scan this QR code, scan my QR code, and sign up for Suites with Senators, and sign up or do the survey. And then the last thing, I hope this meeting was fun because I kind of thought it was really fun. And I think we brought the festive cheer back to Senate. So, yeah, with that, just Come up,
Rather not.
Hey, thank you for.
Senator Lake over here.
Hey, get this to the for a second. All.
I have
Oh, you know what? That guy, my last time. I'm teaching school.